So I wanted this evening just to talk about the basic practice in a really simple way. Um, and the idea that we are simply returning to our experience. We are simply returning to the inner experience of whatever it is that's taking place in the present moment. And what we use to anchor ourselves in this in these practices is the body and the breath. We use that as a foundation. And in some ways, this is meditation 101, but it's really important um, to know where you're at in any given moment. When you are walking into a room, where are you at? What are you bringing into the room? What's your mental state? When you're walking out of the room, what are you leaving with? When you are anticipating what is perhaps going to take place, where are you at? And the thing about working with the breath and the body, the thing about working with the body is the body doesn't lie. The mind lies a lot. It tells a lot of stories. It overlays a lot on the present moment. And that overlaying causes us a lot of grief. So the doorway that we walk through is the body, is connecting with the body, connecting with the breath. And hopefully by now, with all of this work we've been doing, you've developed a certain amount of skill around that. But it always needs to be reconsidered. Oh, yeah, I know what that practice is. Okay. But what is that practice for you right now in this present moment? All of the mental states that come, agitation, anxiety, anticipation, joy, fear, all of those are experienced in the body. And we experience it in the body, and then we jump to perception. Jump to idea, we jump to perception, and we kind of get lost in it. We kind of get lost in it. I was in, I did a workshop last weekend with Angela's husband, the Russian guy, Andrew, and my brother-in-law. and Nick Russell, who's a member of the Dharma Center and a very accomplished musician. And there were 8 participants in the group, and we didn't know each other. We just arrived at the Halliburton School of Fine Arts Monday morning with our entourages, with our basically with our guitars, and we sat in a circle, and it was kind of interesting. Um, it's a really good way, an interesting time to observe your mind. And it's like all of these relationships, like who's that person? Who's that person? There's a teacher. What will they think of me? And then you're playing an instrument. Will they think I'm funny? All of these all of these conditionings that we have from a long time ago suddenly come up in the mind as you're sitting with a group of complete strangers. You have no idea what their perception is, no idea who they are, no idea where they're at. And immediately the mind jumps. Oh, this person is like that, and that person is like this. And hopefully, if you're a positive person, you're mostly seeing positive in people, but you're noticing things. It's like, huh. And then there's a moment where you have to play something and everybody's watching you. How does that feel? You have to say something and everybody's watching you. You have history with somebody in the room, perhaps. Hmm. But all these things come up on their own, seemingly. And it can get overwhelming for some people, right? It can get confusing. It can bring up states of anxiety. But none of it is really real. So what do we do? Settle into the body. You've developed this practice. So you settle into the body. And whatever it is you're experiencing when you walk in the door, when you walk in the room, you're able to look at it, to observe it, and just let it be. Not feed it, not run from it, but just allow it to be. And in a moment or a morning, there's a whole new set of impressions, externally and internally. There's a whole new set of ideas. And that's just what's expected. But by developing the simplicity of this practice where we connect with the body, this is our foundation, and it's forever our foundation. And if your practice is developed enough, it should be that you can connect with that place of calmness and free flow. So you're not stuck. Impressions come up, Conditioning comes up, anxiety comes up. But are you sticking to it? Is it sticking to you? Or have you developed that capacity to just come into the body? And even within that feeling of whatever it is, that feeling of anxiousness, are you able to see that happening in a larger field of energy? It's just one sensation. It's just one experience. When you are playing your guitar and you are being observed and you're feeling anxious, can you let that anxiousness be and then just play? Just play. No ego there. You're just playing. Whatever it is you're doing as you walk into the room, whatever your intent is, whatever your job is, whatever the activity is, by being firmly rooted, by being firmly grounded, can you just be with that activity? And I hope you've noticed it. I hope you've noticed it, that there are times in your day where there's just a lightness of being, where you're moving from activity to activity, you're moving from room to room, and you're not really carrying a lot of weight with it. And the surprising and the surprising thing is, and the surprising thing is that when we've moved into that state, that there can be things that would normally trip you up, and you realize that they haven't tripped you up because you're moving through with a quality of lightness. Do you recognize what I'm talking about? I hope so. But this all begins by being firmly rooted in the energetic experience of the body. So we're able not to get caught in the turbulence of the mind. It happens. You're in a room full of strangers. The mind says, let's get busy. But you just let that be and you don't follow it. You settle in again and again to the body. You settle in again and again to the breath. And at some point, things stop sticking as much. And when you notice that you've been in that state of lightness, you realize it's a natural way of being. You don't own it. It's not, it's not an object. It's a way of being. It's a way of moving. It's not a solid thing. But simply being firmly grounded in the present moment, not getting lost in the turbulence that comes with contact, if you will, this contact of the senses, just allowing that to be and settling back in and settling back in. And at some point, there we become aware of that natural lightness of being. Can you feel it right now? There's nothing left over from the past in this moment. Your mind can disagree, but really there's nothing left over. Can you move into that place? Anxiousness, tiredness, irritability. It's there and it's gone. And so in this state, we need a certain amount of focus, we need a certain amount of concentration, but it doesn't have to be very deep and it doesn't have to be very long. We're just moving forward. We're in the stream, we're in the river. The natural lightness of being, a natural non-stickiness of being. You don't have to be so concentrated. Only concentration you need to have is not following, not getting caught up in. Concentration helps. Concentration is nice, but you can't always be concentrated. But this lightness, but when we get stuck and when we're having a difficult time, we can use the body as a refuge. Go back to the body. What am I feeling right now? And breathe and relax and identify whatever the state is. Breathe, relax. Identify what the state is. What are you bringing into the room? What are you bringing into the present moment? Name it. And then move on. One, next step, next step, next step, next step. So this lightness of being is something to notice. It's something to notice, but it's not something you can hold on to. It's not concrete. It's something that you quietly develop. With the support of mindfulness of breath and body. And when there is a togetherness of the mindfulness of breath and body, there is a natural lightness, right? That starts to express itself. There's a natural lightness of being, an easefulness of being that starts to express itself. But once again, we don't have to be in a deep state of concentration to notice it, to develop it. Concentration helps because it helps to purify the mind. It helps to strengthen the mind. It helps to move energy. It helps to bring the factors of mindfulness and equanimity together. But really, what's most important is the noticing. Noticing what's taking place in the body, in the moment, and then just opening up to the next moment. Into that lightness of being. It hasn't carried anything over because actually it can't. There's nothing to carry over.